Why, hello everyone! I'm your lovely host, Innocent, and welcome back to Lost Girl's Diary. Now, I read that this is very short and should only take another few, 15-20 minutes, so I figured I should knock this out while I still have the chance. Pardon me. I know I started this when I was sick, and I'm still feeling a little bit icky in the sinus head cold area. But I have my voice back, and I'm feeling a lot better. I have a lot more energy. I'm in a lot of pain, but that's beyond the point. That's something regardless of head colds. But I know I started this. I keep wanting to say finished this, but I keep on... I'm not 100% still, if you can't tell. I wanted to get this out of the way because I am working really hard to try and finish Vampire the Masquerade, Papers, Please, and finish everything else with Hustle Cat. But it's taking a long time. I'm not gonna lie, I hate editing. I hate editing so much. But I'm putting a lot of effort into these things, and I want them to be really good. And I'm gonna be honest, I am going to be very, very busy until about the middle of March, personally. And I'm trying to schedule things in advance, and with doing that right now, while recording this right now, I am doing things the night before because I'm still stuck editing things that I'm going to be scheduling next week. So I'm doing my best to make sure I have everything done and get everything out. And this is very unusual for me to actually record something the night before to post. I've been scheduling things and doing bulk recordings for at least a week's worth of uploads for months now, and this is just unusual to me. But regardless, enough me rambling. Let's get to the story. Yeah, let's get back. So they're totally going to have different voices now that I'm not Graggly sick person. So let's see if I can actually give them different voices because they're all girls. And I don't remember who's who. So, hold on, it's Alia's turn now. How come? Really, how? Because we don't have any more candy. Does it have something to do with candy? Ignorance is bliss. Begin, Alia. And, oh, I got an achievement, okay. Yep, part 5. Sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. There is an abandoned pioneer camp deep in the... Ice machine. My lovely, lovely ice machine. Can you not tell that I'm in the middle of trying to say a spooky story? No? Well, fuck you. I can't wait to move into an actual recording, an office place. Okay, anyway. There is an abandoned pioneer camp deep in the nearby forest, fenced with a barbed wire, rotten by time. It used to be the biggest camp in the area until a mind-bending thing happened there, so the people had to fence the camp with a couple of lines of wire and forget about the camp forever. However, I found the camp's leader's diary in our library. I wonder, why was I the first one who found it? I shouldn't tell what is written in it, but I can't resist telling you. It's gonna make me insane if I don't. Hands off! But this one is so spooky! Then why don't you give Stopia a hug? He's already getting it. Come on, Sats. I can hug the both of you. Sure thing. I mean... No, I feel fine here. Oh, whatever. Suit yourself. The diary belonged to Oksana, the leader of the first troop. The record says everything was alright for the first half of the camp. Children were having a good time. Really? More with the fucking camps? Is all of these stories about a fucking camp? Really? 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 Come on, bring some other spooky stories into this. I just want a fucking, murder mystery set in, I don't fucking know, a mansion. Give me that. It's so fucking generic. It is Sherlock, basically. Just give me Sherlock. Other than a fucking campsite again. Ugh. Children were having a good time, falling in love and breaking apart. Oksana herself had fallen in love with the camp leader of the third squad, but the feelings weren't mutual. Half of the diary is filled with poems about her one-way love and sketches of the one she was into. But it changes into the second half. Just listen. Olya takes out a book with a rabid sticker on the front and drawn flowers on it. The 20th of July, the terrible heat continues. And Anton asked me to take his squad to the lake before I take mine, and I couldn't refuse. Man, is he handsome when he smiles. My squad wasn't happy, though, but I let them go off an hour past curfew. The 21st of July, we have a situation. Dasha Startseva has been missing since the morning. Her stuff is in the place, and Katya told me that she saw Dasha last night, going to the bathroom. We found Dasha. She fell into the old well behind the warehouse. To my surprise, she was safe and sound when we took her out. A lucky girl. On the other hand, she hasn't said a word ever since. I hope she'll be fine. She must rest in the infirmary. Iridia? Pavlovna? Pavlovna. Iridia Pavlovna called Dasha's parents a lot, but no one answered. During the lineup, Anton lectured me on how to look for the children. I was about to burst into tears. Why is he being so rude to me? The 22nd of July. Petrovich and the guys from the 5th squad built. I'm sorry, I mistook that for a period. Petrovich and the guys from the squad built a 5th squad built a huge cover for the well. Now it's finally safe. Dasha is not speaking yet, just lying in her bed, silent. Maria Potapavna spoon feeds her. Irida Pavlovna. Oh, fuck it up. That one. Let's no one out of the camp, including Anton, whose grandmother passed away yesterday. The 23rd of July. We are going to see Dasha today. We made a wonderful bouquet for her and a card with our best wishes written on it. Something is wrong with Anton. He had a quarrel with the principal this morning. The rest of it was written with a different hand. All of a sudden, I felt like I was out of my body, watching myself from a different viewpoint. I hear a blunt slam after he pushed me right into the well. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt, though. But I feel sad. A green bright spot in the sky reflects in the petal on the bottom, and I see it coming. A shooting star, I think. I should make a wish. The spot shines even brighter. The green sparkle is closing in on me with the speed of sound. It stings me and casts me back into my body. Now it's the two of us in the body, me and the star. The pain is back and my neighbor does not like it. The little green sparkle starts beating the way my heart does. It's growing inside my body, filling every single cell as if it was an empty vase. The vase is cracked, however. The green light is getting loose through it. The star bangs in anger, and the rifts on my body fade away like snow under sunshine. I feel good, so I curl into a ball right in the human stinky hole. Too bad I can't see my companion. I can only feel it burning. It's burning in my chest. The star wants me to get out of the pit, but I don't care. The only thing I want is oblivion. The star is not going to give in. It's thrashing around inside, and I pity it. It warmed me at first, but just a moment ago it moved up to my shoulder, out of the sunken part of my body. Poor thing. How unlucky it got. I can't stand. I see a small shard of sky above me. Now it's being blocked by some figure. And now it's not. This flickering annoys me, so I close my eyes. I feel someone taking me up, awakening old memories I'm hiding from. All this happened to someone but me. Well, I was just being a spectator. The show was about to end, and Now it's a fireball instead of the tiny star, growing bigger inside me. It is not a friendly companion any longer, but a gruesome warden watching over me. He forces me to eat, causing pain in the stomach. He forces me to go to the bathroom, stinging my feet. The rest of the time, it lets me rest obliviously. The fireball's not growing bigger anymore. Now it is training my body to follow its commands instead. And I do as he commands willingly. Otherwise, the fire will burn me out. All I need right now is a little bit of rest. Right now, the fire bends down my neck. A nurse comes in. She drops her tray with plates on it, so porridge and blueberries scatter all over the floor. The fire flashes up, and I see a beam of green light striking Maria Potapavana. The nurse comes out while the beam is tracing her. I look at it. I look at the flies gathering around the porridge, and as long as my companion is playing with his new toy, the entire council enters my ward. The camp leader, along with a girl from my squad, carefully go around the mess, whispering. I see both Oksana's pitiful face and the fear seizing the others. They look at me as if I'm an exponent of Kunstkamera. Their words are full of false sympathy. Their presence disgusts me. The keen rays of green pierce into their heads, swift and silent. Then they go out of the room, kicking the shattered plate and trampling the blueberries. The flies are back again for their feast. Dong! One of the rays scattered around with a melodic jingle. Right away, the peaceful, dreaming fireball has woken up. He throws me off the bed. I go out of the infirmary, unable to resist its pressure. But I don't want to. Dozens and hundreds of rays are following me along the way, right to the targets only they know as I follow my way the star shows me. We slowly make our way around the camp, while the green rays fill the air with their shine. Ding! Ding, ding, dong! All of a sudden, the rays are breaking apart, which is so spectacular and beautiful that as I stop to look at it, the fire is no interest to me anymore. I look at the world around me, illuminated by the emerald light. Alas, the number is running out. It's about a dozen of them now. The fire grows wilder. I burn out and I am reborn from the ashes, only to burn out again. I am the phoenix. My clothes have already turned into dust. My walk leaves only smoking footprints and charred grass behind. I come to the gates, and I see him. He lies scratching the ground, trying to escape the camp. The beam that connects us is barely pulsing about to scatter. I come closer and wait. Now, it's finally gone, leaving nothing but green sparks on the floor as he freezes. The flame pushes me ahead, but I am not in a hurry to leave. Why me? What have I done to you? What did I do wrong? I ask the dead body, but it's not about to answer. The pressure is getting unbearable, so I leave. I try crying, but the tears are fading as fast as they leave my eyes. whispering its goodbyes. Whispering its goodbye tune. The last beam shattered. I stop in the middle of the alley leading to the square. I want to lie down, but the firestorm keeps pushing me ahead. We approach the pioneer hornblower statue, then to the paddle girl. Finally, the gigantic monument of Lenin gets my attention. I stretch out my hand to it as the fiery gush of light is absorbed by the statue. I follow the path to the woods out of the camp, leaving only dead people and the glowing monument of the chief behind. The only things I kept are this diary and the little star deep down in my heart. That's it. Boring! I'm glad you agree, Ice Maker. Holia, how did you manage to read that in the darkness? Throws the diary at Stats. Goes through the pages. It's empty. Smiles. Lisa puts her hands on Stopia's waist. Sasha puts a rolled bedsheet under Nastia's head. Asleep already? Yep, if only your stories were more interesting, you would make a fine writer. But your tales kill us with boredom. Finally, it's time for a real scary story, not one of your knockoffs. Prepare to tremble with fear, for now you will hear about the Red Eyes! Red Eyes! Blue Eyes! White Dragon! I don't fucking know. There was a trio in the camp. God fucking damn it! Another fucking camp! Why the fuck are there so many fucking stories about camps in this game? They should not fucking name this game fucking Lost Girl's Diary. No, they should just name it Camp Scary Stories or some bullshit. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. There was a trio in the camp. They never split up. The leader's name was Max, but everyone called him the Beast. There was a reason for that. If you accidentally bump him in the shoulder during a walk, he will tear you apart like a pit bull. Look at him in the wrong way and you were as good as dead. Even his friends used to get it. Fortunately, they were strong enough to settle him down. They were tough guys too, used to keep the entire camp at bay. But no one would report them because the Beast would take care of it. No one would say a word against them, and the trio were having fun. In short, the guys were on the road to success, but they failed. Because of whom? Because of a girl, of course. There was a lass in the camp, whose name was, Vera. Whose name was Lena. Once upon a time, Max had seen this Lena girl doing exercises. What do you think? She was a gymnast, not some bookworm. And so the Beast was lost. He couldn't get her out of his head. Even food wasn't an option. He asked her on a date that evening. And she said, like, I would love to, but there's a problem. What problem? Your friends never leave me alone. Make them. The Beast accepts the deal and left. He didn't even notice her eyes blazing with crimson fire following him. All the night he was rolling in bed sleepless, and the next morning he had to talk with his friends. Are you okay? They said. We never met this Lena before. Max chilled out and went back to Lena that evening. You were wrong, he said. My friends have nothing to do with you. Lena was, don't you trust me? They came this morning threatening to beat me down if I met with you again. It's up to you who to be with. The Beast left with pain in his heart, unnoticing the red fire burning within Lena's eyes. The next morning he set off to his friends. Dang it, Beast, they said. We were with you all day. Have you seen us threaten someone? Who do you trust more, us or a stranger? But the Beast was blinded by love, and so he promised that he would kill everyone who touched her. In the evening he came back to the place he saw Lena. Look, Max. Look what your friends did to me. She untied her shirt. As he saw red bruises on Lena's pale skin, frenzy filled his mind. I'll take care of this, he shouted. Wait! Lena caught his hand. You have already broken your promise. This time I need proof. Bring me their hearts. And she put a blade into his hand. The Beast was about to throw it away, but she leaned in and kissed him. I'm waiting until midnight. Now go. and Max was off with Lena's eyes following him, shining brighter than the Kremlin star in twilight. The beast waited until everyone was asleep. He snuck into the cabin and stabbed his friend in the chest. He came to the second one and stabbed him as well. That's how his friends died. Max cut their hearts out of their chests, wrapped them with a shirt, and went back to Lena. "Did you bring it?" Lena impatiently asked Max, as he saw him closing in. He handed the hearts over to Lena, and she took them. She turned away for a second, and when she turned back, the hearts were gone. Only blood dripped on Lena's lips remained. Max was going to hug Lena, but she pushed him back. "What's wrong?" the beast exclaimed. "I have done as you asked." "Do you really think the girl," arrogantly said, "I'm gonna go out with a murderer of his own friends? But you've been beaten?" "I faked it. I was testing how good of a friend you are. Now beat it." Those words turned the beast back into reality. He knocked Lena down and stabbed her with the blade, again and again, but the blade didn't work against her. Only then did the beast see the shiny crimson eyes of his girlfriend. His girlfriend? Really? Bitch, no, they haven't even gone out on a date. Fuck no. No. I don't accept that answer. That scared the crap out of him. He backed away, but Lena took his hand and said, "Where do you think you're going? Come to me. Hug me harder." Okay. What was that for? She said while disappearing into the ground. Max tried to set himself free, but he couldn't. And Lena was already halfway underground. She was about to take him along with her. Max gathered his strength, took the blade, and cut his hand off to break free from Lena, who was disappearing underground with his hand. Max stopped the bleeding with a handkerchief and headed to turn himself in. Did he do the time? Nah, he was gone from his cell the next day. Only a letter written in blood left and said, "The red eyes." Cool story, Vera. Huh? Big time! Tell us something, Stropia. Me, I can't. Why did you even come? To make company? It's okay, you're not supposed to be a storyteller after all. You must be really strong instead, aren't you? I am, yeah. Fine, I'll tell one. The one? I think so. King of Rats. I'm going to take a drink. Wonderful. We good? Yeah, it gives me creeps all the time. When I was in... Really? Come on! We really gonna go about this? Jesus. When I was in a camp, it turned out the way that I was a camp leader's assistant, so I did her work often. I was used to being busy. Besides, being bossy was fun. It was troublesome, of course, but I earned a lot of respect from the others that way. Among the others, only Vera dared to challenge me. I'm better in a fair fight anyway. We already tried it out. Should I remind you? I just wasn't prepared enough back then. Hadn't exercised the muscles and stuff. Okay, you're stronger. That's that. Back then, some chatterbox told me that Vera was afraid of the dark. I am not afraid. Maybe you should tell us yourselves. Easy peasy. Sasha came to me one night and said, "This troop isn't big enough for the both of us. Let's make a bet. The loser gets transferred." So I accepted. If only I had known what her plan was. I would have accepted anyway. In short, we had to go to the catacombs at midnight, and the one who left first was the loser. A deal was a deal, as they say. So we set off at night. Ooh. And the weather, as if almost on purpose, was cloudy, windy, and about to start raining. Besides, the flashlights barely worked. I felt like someone was watching us. We made it to the abandoned military base. We went down to the basement. Sasha was going ahead of me. We entered some room when Sasha turned off the flashlight and said, "Vera dear, let's save the battery for the way back." But I was creeped out. I said, "Let's get over the bed and have a pull-up contest." I saw her smiling the way she does. "What's wrong, Vera?" she said snidely. "Afraid of the dark, huh?" I freaked out and turned on the light and regretted it instantly, because I felt someone watching me. And the way they did was not nice at all. And it was all sweaty as I turned the lights on, swinging the flashlight around. And Sasha was like, "So soon? Less than a minute." I yelled at her and stormed out to the outside, but the rain had just started and I wasn't going to go back to the camp, so I made my choice to stay before it was over. And that was the right thing to do because... I go now. Yeah, we'll go on. After she left, I turned on the flashlight, and when I was about to leave, I realized that I couldn't stand up. It seemed that my legs went numb, so I put the flashlight on a nearby box and started rubbing my hips, trying to bring them back to life. It was useless. The thought of calling for Vera came to my mind since she couldn't get very far away and the echo was strong enough in the corridors. But I had just won the bet, so calling for help would have been equally forfeiting. So I kept rubbing my legs. Unfortunately, I felt my hands losing control. They were wiggling down my legs, paralyzed as soon as I landed on the seat. The only thing I was able to do was turn my head. What's up with me, I thought? Am I being paralyzed? Why? I haven't neither fallen nor hit my head or taken any drugs. Why can't I move? I was about to piss my pants. Calm down, Sasha, calm down. I'm not going to say your real name, fuck you. They'll find you missing next morning and Vera knows where you are. They'll find you by lunch at least. Maybe my senses will be back by that time. Breathe! I was sitting and breathing, looking at the dim spot of light on the wall when they appeared. I heard the stomping of little feet at first. The beasts stayed in the shadows, but they got bolder and I could see their red eyes. Who are they? Rats. My flashlight was almost dead, so I could only see their shapes in the darkness. Then, I hadn't felt it, but I saw one of the creatures get up on my knees. The gray creature sat on its back feet and looked up at me in the eyes. "Help," I whispered, trying to believe it was just a bad dream. But it didn't work as usual. "Help!" I yelled at the top of my lungs this time. The horrible beast hid away from my voice. All of them but the one sitting on my knees. It kept sitting on its back paws, posing its front ones like a prayer and looking up at my face. It seemed like the rat was smirking. "Help!" I yelled again, realizing deep in my heart that no one was going to come. Oh, I wished I was out of there. The stupid bet, the foolish leadership. What use of any of that when you were going to get eaten alive? I broke into tears of helplessness. That was totally out of my plans. The rat looked away all of a sudden like it was trying to listen to something. Then it jumped off and the air trembled with the rat's footsteps. The horrible things in a single burst ran away from the room, and the room drowned in silence, breaking with my sobs and some water drops. Was I safe then? Did my screams scare them, or had someone heard it and come to my rescue? I burst into laughter with relief. I was sitting and giggling like an idiot because I was alive. But the fun was broken with some weird noise coming from the corridor. The noise of hundreds of small feet squeaking rats were closing in slowly. My rescue hadn't come yet. "No!" I shouted. "No! Get lost!" But the rats didn't listen. The light of my dying flashlight showed me the room filled with a swarm of gray beings. There was something big in the middle of it. The creature got into the beam of light, and I beheld the Rat King. An ugly beast made of 6 or 7 rats was sitting on the backs of his comrades, moving its paws and muzzle. The beings brought him upon my knees and scattered all over the room. I didn't see them, but I knew they were there, around me, watching their king like in a theater. I was screaming as hard as I could, trying to scare the monster, but it didn't care much. It was heading to my stomach, slowly and clumsily climbing up my skirt, leaving a trace of pus and urine on it. At the time, I was awkwardly glad my body wasn't numb from the neck down, or my body was numb from the neck down. The Rat King made it to his destination. I heard my shirt ripping as he bit through it. I had given up on calling for help at the moment, only howling and helpless in fear. Soon the monster was settle his hunger, and the rest of the swarm will finish the job. A flashlight beamed on me, and in that moment I heard a familiar voice shouting, "Get off! Away with you!" I heard the ripping of fabric followed by a thud as the monster was slapped into the concrete wall by a childish hand. It was Nastya, storming around the room, kicking the rats and hitting them with a flashlight, as if it were a club. I don't know how it didn't fall apart. The rats formed away carrying their defeated king while Nastya hugged my neck, close to knocking me out, crying. "Sasha, dearest, don't you pass out, please!" I'm fine, I stressed her off. "Can't move, though. Way to go, Nastya. You saved my life. You're our true hero." No words can explain how happy I was, but the terrible thought came to my mind. Nastya's legs will fail soon, just like mine did, and the rats will get both of us. And so I commanded, "Nastya, you gotta get out of here. Now, run to the camp and bring the first leader you meet. Here, got it?" Nastya nodded and rushed out, leaving me alone in the darkness. I wondered if my sanity could take it, and as I heard her footsteps fade away, odd rustles came to my ears. Maybe it was just my imagination playing a bad trick on me, but it felt like the rats were surrounding me again. Fortunately, Nastya wasn't about to go far away. "Oh, let me tell this part. It was my favorite. When the rain stopped, I got to the outside and saw Nastya running somewhere. I caught up with her and we headed back to Sasha." "Man, you should have seen yourself, but yeah, good thing you didn't. A talking dead in the flesh. Talking dead in the flesh, And then our princess got back to her life after we brought her outside. When her lips started moving, she freaked out with joy, but boy, I had never heard that much swearing. The pain was unbearable and my sensitivity restored. My whole body ached as if it was pierced by thousands of needles. My stomach was burning. Yeah, Nastya was dogging around Sasha like, "Sasha, are you alright? Sasha, don't give up! Sasha, does it hurt?" I shook her shoulders hard and sent her back to the camp for help. Nastya made a couple of steps and returned like, "I won't leave her. Thanks to our beauty, we could settle her down." Thanks to our beauty, we settled her down. We took off Sasha's clothes. All of it? Ouch! I'll do the same to you if you don't shut up. I'm good. And off to the lake. There we used her shirt as bandages in order to wrap her wounds after we cleaned Sasha from... Put the details away, please. Alrighty. It's almost over anyway. Yeah. We made it back to the camp where we slipped into our couches as if nothing had happened. No adult knew about this course. Even Nastya kept her mouth shut. She was away awesome. Always awesome. I'm going to just say that. Pet sleeping, Nastya. Was it for real? It was. Want to see the scars? I do. Sasha pulls up her shirt. Oh my god, it's an underside of a bra. Holy shit. Dang, it's too dark in here. Can't see a thing. Neither can I. They're too small to see. Try touching them instead. Watch your hands, you four-eyed freak. I just wanted to touch. You can touch Petrov next time you see him in a sauna. Keep your hands off her. Okay. Hey, it's 5 till midnight. Time to call the Queen of Spades. Hello? Okay. Queen of Spades! Part 8. Come ye, the Queen of Spades! 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 She's come! Sophia rushes ahead and attacks the Queen of Spades. And she puts him on the floor with a roundhouse kick to the head. Look at that panty shot, though. Sopius falls down, dropping the mirror. The queen comes in, illuminated by the fire, and turns to be Eleonora. Eleonora, is that you? Damn, you sexy. No, I'm the Queen of Spades. I have come to take away your souls. Stop using that sound effect, you motherfucking game. Stop it. Anyway, quit joking around like that, Eleanor. Takes off her coat and touches Sophia's wrists. What a tough guy. He will live. Mom? It's alright, Nastya. Sleep. What are you guys doing here? Telling scary stories. Scary stories? Wanna hear the one I know? Yes! Takes a seat. Back in the day when I worked at fucking camp, something bad happened to me. One summer night, a group of girls gathered in the music club. Just like you, they were going to summon the Queen of Spades, and just like you, they ended up telling scary stories. The youngest girl was the daughter of the nurse, who was working in the camp. She just finished the second year of elementary school. They took her to the club with them for no reason. Eventually, they ran out of stories, so one of the girls came up to trick the poor thing. When the last story was over, she sneaked behind her and grabbed the poor girl by her legs. The little girl fainted and was out cold, while the others were busting with laughter. Of course, watching someone creeped out was enjoyable, had it only gone bad. The harmless trick caused her to have a heart attack. If only they would have called the nurse. Well, you get the idea. Panic clouded their minds. They pulled the body to the nearby forest and hid it under fallen leaves. Even forgot to check her pulse. They hid the body and left. The police were looking for the body for 3 days, and they wouldn't have found her if it weren't for the dream the nurse had the night before. She saw her daughter in the dream. Her daughter led her to a canyon where her body was hidden. Once the nurse woke up, she ran to the canyon and found her daughter's body. The police had given up the investigation. The report said it was an accident. She is dead after all. Why would we waste her time, the police thought. The nurse could do nothing but accept it. She buried her daughter and turned to her work. This is not gonna end, is it? This is not the end, is it? You're right. As you know, pioneers always start a bonfire at the last day of the shift. This shift wasn't an exception. When the fire was at its highest, a horrifying howl burst the pioneers' ears. And a girl sprang out of the fire covered in flames. Oh, how she cried. They managed to put the fire out, but it was too late. They couldn't save her. The burns had been severe. She died the next day. Was she one of those? Yes, she was. The one who designed the trick. What about the others? The others were found too. Eventually. They found the second one in the same canyon without arms and her heart cut out. The third girl drowned in the old well behind the camp warehouse. And the last one? Her body was found in an abandoned bomb shelter. She was gnawed to death by rats. Hold on! Our stories! Vera? Sasha? Lisa? Olya? This cannot be it! Tell me! Well, young man, save your voice. You are not trying to wake up the dead, are you? I don't believe this! You are just messing with me. Are you? Suit yourself. But this story is not yet over. As you can see, the nurse murdered them, and everyone in the camp suspected her. How did she find out who killed her daughter? The same way she found out where her daughter's body was. Her daughter told her in the dream. She wouldn't lie, don't you think? The nurse got fired from the camp for no reason, and so she had to look for new work. Guess where the nurse works now? Here? Wrong. She works in a school. She sees the same nightmare every night. She sees her daughter and the girls who she killed. But sometimes... What? Sometimes she sees guests in the dream. Like her child. Dead? Attaboy. It makes no sense. I'm alive and so is Vera. And Stopia. We have known each other since elementary school. We all played sports together. Really? What is the last name of your coach? What is the name of your first teacher? I've forgotten. Let me out of here! Please! He's buying it. Breathe out, Stats. You... Dang! That's not funny! You almost got me there. Fine. Rise from the dead, Stopia. I can see you smiling. Uh-huh. How did you know about the stories? You weren't even here. It's a secret. Some secret it is. Nastya's definitely had a transmitter in her pocket. What a smart girl. Alright, time to go home, guys. But it's late. Can we stay here till morning? No way, Stats. Go home. Maybe come again tomorrow? Of course. Cool. Hey, we did it. It's just fucking camp stories, motherfucking. Fucking camp stories, Jesus. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope you had an enjoyable time with these fucking camp stories. And, of course, I've gone over my time limit a lot. I said 20 minutes, it's been 40, fuck. But that's fine. I was having trouble reading, and that's what happens Thank you. Fuck you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had an enjoyable time. I hope to see you soon. Peace out.